Hello, welcome back. At this stage in the course, hopefully we have developed a basic understanding of what the database is, where it fits within a management information system, and what does a data model or database schema stand for, and how useful a relational database management system can be. To finalize this section on data, information, and database management systems, we will now look at one of the hottest buzzwords these days, big data. Most of our discussions on databases so far have implicitly focused on a certain type of databases, the one normally found in management information systems. These databases typically contain structured information that has been created through the use of a management information system over time and thus conforms to its data structure or model. It lends itself easily to be represented as tables with known interrelationships. They can be quite large and complex. The database of a high-end ERP encompasses thousands of tables, and when used by large companies, they might contain many millions of records or rows. Relational database management systems are well suited to handle these conventional databases. However, in recent years, companies are showing increased interest in a different type of data. The massive, unwieldy sets of ill-structured data generated by a variety of new sources. For example, social media, web, or machine-generated data such as the data coming from the growing number of sensors and other intelligent devices connected to the so-called Internet of Things. This data is typically loosely structured, often incomplete, and comes from multiple sources. Even though there is no magic figure for when data becomes big data, the term usually refers to situations involving thousands of millions to millions of records. The reason for the current big data craze is the promise it holds to shed new light on everything from customer tastes to health risks, thus unlocking business value that was previously unattainable because the required data was not available or because there was no reasonable way to process it. The term big data analytics refers to the process of collecting, organizing, and analyzing these big data sets to identify hidden patterns, previously unknown correlations, customer preferences, market trends, and other insights that can lead to better informed business decisions. However, conventional software tools and approaches can't properly handle these amounts of rapidly changing, heterogeneous, poorly structured data. Thus, a whole industry of big data-related tools and services has emerged. From open source software frameworks for distributed computing such as Apache Hadoop, whose yellow elephant logo is now becoming commonplace, to strategic consultancy on how to reap the business benefits promised by big data, both major players and startups are jumping into the fray. Database management system vendors are introducing in-memory database management systems designed to keep databases primarily in main memory as opposed to in disk drives. Since main memory provides much faster access than disks, performance is greatly increased, thus enabling analytics that would previously be too time-consuming. Executives from all industries are including big data in their strategy documents. It is still too early to tell whether big data will truly live up to the current expectations. In any case, the explosion in data will indeed continue or accelerate. We shall come back to the issue of big data when we discuss decision support systems later on in the course. To recap this section on data, information, and databases, we have presented a simplified model of a management information system encompassing the application programs, the database management system, and the database itself, including both the data content and the data structure. We have discussed the importance of the database's structure or data model and described how data can be stored in tables linked by foreign keys according to a relational model, and how redundancy within a database can be avoided through normalization. After analyzing how application programs interact with the database management system through variations of the structured query language, we have briefly explored the rapidly evolving field of big data. I hope that these concepts will help you to better understand what is going on in the management information systems around you, and they will pave the way for a more in-depth discussions of systems such as integrated ERP systems and decision support systems in subsequent sections. Thank you for watching. I will now leave you with the exercises and quizzes of the section, and I look forward to seeing you again in the next section.